3, 2, 1. Hello.
Boom. I was waiting for you to go in.
Yeah, hello, welcome to Respect the Mic podcast. Hopefully we'll get this this beginning done properly.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's just do it again. Let's just do it again. Hello and welcome again to Respect the Mic podcast.
The podcast where we talk about Asian things that matter to Asian people. I'm your host, Michael Lamb.
And I'm Michael Trong.
Here we go. How many episodes have we done now?
I think as of recording this one, this is like the 11th one 13th one we've recorded.
13th one we recorded.
But we've only at present have done 9 that are released.
Yeah.
9 that are released. So we released them in a kind of chronological order.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Kind of. We might shuffle, a couple of them
depending on how we feel.
Yeah, just if there's an important message to get out there, you know what I mean? And hopefully over time we've been getting better. Just a little quirks here and there.
It's been just a mad whirlwind though. Like,
yeah, I'm enjoying the support, you know.
Yeah.
It's quite cool. Like everybody's nobody's kind of shit on the idea of two people, two Chinese people trying to uplift and build a yellow community.
No hate comments yet,
no.
Despite you trying as hard as you may. There's been none of it.
None at all. Zero.
So thank you guys for doing that.
Well, there might have been, but it could have just vanished, deleted. Man's not about that negativity.
There's been no deleting from us.
Hey, there was one guy who left like a paragraph on like one of our first episodes.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then I don't know why, but it had like a filter for some reason, so it filtered his message. So it wasn't publicly posting his message, but we had received it.
Oh,
and I
didn't know that.
So I had a little read through it, and then I was like, do you know what? It's a bit deep. Maybe Lamb with the literature degree should hit this man up because obviously he's putting in a lot of time and effort. But the message just deleted after, but it vanished. I think he got shook,
Yeah.
and deleted his own message.
I didn't realize there was a filter on it. I didn't realize that YouTube moderators were like, this can't go.
No, it's like an automatic setting.
Oh yeah, that happens to everyone.
That
happens to every comment.
You can adjust it though, innit?
Right.
Just be like, fuck it, just let through all the comments
or you can disable to just have none.
Yeah, because if someone's, if you get certain haters, for big things that you do, they'll keep mentioning like with keywords.
I should definitely know more about this.
You can block keywords, man.
Yeah.
We sometimes it's just necessary, because working in this creative industry, right? Your feelings are really out there, man. Like we're still people, Like,
trust me.
Words hurt.
Trust me.
But we just have to have a thicker skin. Because that's the business that we're in.
You just got to learn how to build it, innit?
Yeah, man.
But some of the hate comments, I see, sometimes I'm on YouTube and I'm scrolling through and then I can see all these hate comments and I'm like, raw. This guy is just voicing his opinion. Like, calm down. Like,
you remember when Rebecca Black's Friday came out?
Yeah.
Hate around that. Like, fucking, this is for fucking shit. Fuck you, go die.
That was savage. Mate, she was just making a song. And it weren't even hateful. It was just about Friday.
Yeah, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was. It was funny.
It was novelty, innit?
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah.
That's what it was.
There was a period where we used to love to get that on karaoke.
Friday, you gotta get down on Friday.
Ugh,
get ready for the weekend.
Painful. That was.
Hit us up if you know that one.
That was a sad.
It's a banger.
That was a sad period in music. She still didn't deserve the hate.
That was a weird opening, Lamb. We had a whoa, that was weird. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just loving doing all these episodes. Like, it's gone by so quick.
Yeah, I think that the time has gone rapid, man.
It's gone absolutely rapid. I'm like, that's why I asked you how many episodes, because I was thinking to myself, man, we've actually done a few now.
Yeah, we drop an episode a week. That's 9 weeks. 9 weeks. That's like 2 months. You know what I mean?
It's gone absolutely rapid.
So yeah, it's growing. What we need to do, is to grow this community. So if you're listening and you're a regular listener, we want you to go away after listening to this episode and other episodes and tell one person Just tell one person and just get them to listen to it.
That's all it takes.
And that person hopefully will then tell some other person.
Yeah. Just tell a family friend, someone you're close to. You just be like, yo,
pyramid scheme.
I've been listening to this podcast. It's great. I'm really enjoying it.
Illuminati.
That's what we're here to do. We're here to trap you guys. we secretly trying to give you this content, and then once you're in,
we will what? We just we'll make you laugh.
We'll
inform you.
Or get you into the communist regime, and sooner or later you'll be supporting Xi Jinping. That's our goal.
That is the goal. China number one. China number one.
That will eventually be drilled into your head.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
But I always hear it on PUBG, man. You just hear other people from other places just mocking Chinese people. But in all these games like PUBG, you just have
slightly racist.
Yeah, it's deep, man. But then at the same time, I'm just like, well, if we take it at word value, they're saying China's number one. Yeah.
We are number one. Thank you.
I'm Chinese.
Cheers.
Oh, whatever, man.
Great.
If you think so?
You think I'm number one?
Good. That's good. I like you. Me like you. So just remember, by the way, guys, wherever you're listening, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, or even watching on YouTube, please leave a comment if it has that facility. Spotify doesn't. But leave a comment, subscribe, because it lets us know. Yeah, we have an idea of how many people are in the room, in the conversation with us, listening in. And or just when you're listening, just take a screenshot of a funny timestamp that you like, something that you find funny. Is that too much? Is that difficult?
That takes seconds.
Like you find a timestamp on your Spotify and just screenshot it and be like, tag us,
boom,
tag us, and we'll be like, oh, okay, so that's the bit that
story
you like.
That at us.
Yeah, man.
Anything. And
just hopefully other people will see it. Your other yellow friends, or maybe your white friends, your black friends, your Jewish friends.
To be fair, we'll probably get back to you. We'll message you back and be like, "Yo, I remember that. That was hilarious."
Yeah. But we will message you, man, because there's not that many of you. There's like a handful.
We're just lonely. We just want to talk to people.
So lonely. Okay, so Lamb Man. After that episode that we had, we released the episode with Katie, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about relationships.
Yeah.
Did that get you thinking at all?
It got me thinking some mad ways. I think like a lot of points that she made really opened up the conversation a bit. But there was another time. So I was just walking home and I just saw like a Asian guy and he was just holding hands with a mixed girl. So she was white. And I was like,
bang, bang.
I was like, good for you. Like,
you see,
you're holding up the flag.
Why is it that we are positive about that? Like, is it because we are pro like everybody be brown?
I don't know. I think it was more like.
Is it because we're thinking it's a win for? I
was thinking more like
the Asian man.
Because me growing up,
yeah,
looking at my elders, I used to only see Asian men dating other Asian girls, and it was always like Asian couples. Do you know what I mean? Like Asian Avenue, you knew who was hooking up with who, like MySpace,
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Always those Asian couples, and they were always together for like years. Do you know what I mean? So then now when I see something slightly more diverse, I'm kind of like, that's cool, man. Good for you. Like branching out there. Like you're not just sticking to your circle of like Asian people. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's good though. Like, is it because Asian men are now becoming more attractive? Like we're finally reaching up in the scale and like equalizing and being like, we can be as sexy as Idris Elba.
Yeah.
We can be as sexy as who else is sexy?
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais.
Really? I mean, he might fit somebody's bill.
I was just fucking around. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, right?
I know what you mean because like whenever you look at Asian men in the media and stuff, they've never been portrayed as like really sexy or like really the main man who's going out having like these romantic affairs with mixed people. Like you never see like a Asian James Bond, flirting with all these different girls and like being successful. that sort of thing never really existed, innit?
Yeah, you didn't really get to see that unless you were watching like, you know, a non-Western thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I totally get what you mean, man. Because in like, you know, normal Western films, TV shows, like when the Asian guy is not the protagonist, you know, he's some.
He's always a side man.
If there is an Asian dude, he's a side man. He's a side man. Yeah.
And it's never like an attractive, like side man. He's always like a sidekick.
But does that displaying so many versions of that on screen, right? Does that drive, you know, men to be more attractive in people's eyes?
I think it definitely plays a role. Like, you think of TV shows that I don't think it's just like Chinese Asian people as well. I think it's like Asian, like brown people as well have this same issue. And one of the big ticking points that I have is like these recent sitcoms. Well, I say recent, it's been released like 10 years, but like The Big Bang Theory, and you look at Raj and like how like asexual that guy is, like constantly, that he never gets any girls, like even though they're all nerds and they all struggle with girls, like Raj.
Well,
especially.
No, he did actually get a couple girls in the show, man.
No, but you're telling me that he's just always made the butt of every single joke, and he was always seen as the most effeminate guy. Like,
yeah,
everyone always like Leonard always seemed quite cool, like he can get the girl.
They all seem manlier than him.
Yeah. By a long shot.
Yeah.
By a long shot.
Yeah. The way they write in the script, like he's, you know, he had a kind of weird relationship with his dog, his bitch.
Yeah.
His female dog.
And they just made him out to be like a proper effeminate guy.
Yeah.
Completely not sexual. Like,
he's just.
You wouldn't be looking at Raj and being like,
They kind of painted him like the gay best friend.
Yeah.
Of everything.
Even though he was straight.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. And it happens in so many different places. Like in Two Broke Girls, and they have that. So they work in this cafe.
Yeah.
And then the manager is Asian, and he's like this little Asian guy. He's
tiny,
probably
cute Asian.
Yeah, and he's just proper nerdy, proper.
I can't remember his name.
Like,
I follow him, man.
Lame. Like, he's just made the butt of all jokes as well. And I'm like, what is it? Like, why is he so stereotyped or cliched into, like, pigeonholed into such a unattractive role?
I think in that show, though, just not to defend them, but because I totally agree with you, in that show, everybody apart from like the main characters have, you know, a more depth to them. Like, everybody else is a kind of caricature. Like, there's a guy called Oleg in there, and he's like the way that they paint him is like a disgusting kind of sleazy man.
Yeah, I think that's just as bad.
Yeah,
because they're all stereotypes.
But he's actually Caucasian. Do you consider him?
Yeah, but he's not. Like he's not American. European. Do you know what I mean? Like, you would never see that character for a white male American in that show. I just hate that show. I just think that show is racist. Like, I actually despise that show.
I watched it for quite some time, man, because you know what? I guess at those times when I was watching it, I wasn't really thinking about him in that position. So I've only, now that you said it to me, now I've looked back and I'm like, oh, okay, that's actually true, you know.
It's all I fucking saw. Literally, I watched I probably watched like a season of it just when it was on E4 and I was having dinner, and then after a while I was just like, this is so trash. It's actually so trash. It's actually so right-wing politics, like, crazily. But I think, well, the main point we were trying to make is that Asian men are seen as like effeminate in
full stop, basically,
in the media.
Like everywhere they show.
Definitely 10-15 years ago, like, or 20 years ago, you would just never see like an attractive Asian guy ever. Like, they would always be painted as the Fu Manchu stereotype of this evil villain, or they'd be the sidekick loser that never gets any girls. Like, those were really only the two main roles that you would see. Yeah, definitely within a Western sort of like film setup. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. Hopefully, well, you know, we can. It's changing now, man.
Yeah,
it's changing.
That's the thing. I think there's been a definite shift in opinion of Asian men, and I don't know if we're trying to be more inclusive and we're trying to be more diverse. But we're definitely seeing like a shift. Like BuzzFeed always does like feeds of like really attractive Asian men, and they'll do like an article about it. Like Crazy Rich Asians, there was like a really specific thing of let's get these men who are actually really attractive.
Like
Henry Golding,
handsome.
like,
Super handsome.
Yeah, proper ripped as well.
Bloody ripped.
Yeah.
Man is sexy.
So I think there is a definite shift. I don't know why it took so long for that to happen, but there definitely has been a shift towards Asian men seeming more attractive or are more attractive on screen.
Oh yeah, man. I think you know what? Because there was such a big movement for making black people being included in a lot of things, and I think off the back of that, like everybody else is like standing up as well, we're a thing as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, hey, there's the Asians and stuff, because now we're fighting for our spot in that light.
They're definitely the pioneers of trying to push diversity.
Yeah,
100%. into the media. Yeah, 100%. For sure.
And hopefully, this is one of the things that is gonna hopefully talk about and promote and just like make people aware of other talents and other sexy Asians in the world.
Because there's a lot of us.
Yeah, man. China's 1 billion population.
Exactly.
And I think it's like a lot of those are men.
Well, 50-50.
A lot of those are men. Yeah. No, sorry. Are there? Yeah, there's more men than there are women.
Oh yeah, the one child policy.
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
And then what they would obviously the madness.
But there's attractive Asian men here in the UK.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Sorry, I'm taken. Sorry, man's taken.
I'm also engaged, so.
But around that subject then, so yeah, even me myself, I'm not dating an East Asian girl no more. I'm dating a mixed.
Yeah.
And I feel like there are a lot of different, like it's been a lot different to dating I guess an East Asian girl and dating somebody who's mixed now. I feel like it's different. Like I'm having to explain different things in my culture that I didn't realize, girls from different backgrounds would have different cultures and like the way that the relationships are. They there was a lot more learning. The learning curve was like, much more higher.
Do you have like an example?
Just like maybe like talking about feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because she's one to quite discuss and with her family, talk about a lot of things, and I think equally East Asians are complete opposite. Like we don't really want to talk at all much about like what's going on in our lives to say like our parents, and and just in terms of sharing how we might feel around something, we're more to be like no, it's not a big deal, we'll just work around it kind of thing.
We would just like avoid the issue.
Because you don't really want to
make it work.
Because you don't want to make a big deal.
Yeah.
But maybe, and her culture is more like confronting the issue, and again, man, that's just taking it back to like how we were brought up as well, and that's kind of like ingrained in my personality and whatnot. So it's like it's cool, man, because then now I'm talking about man's feelings.
Yeah. It's a good way to break out of that pattern that you're so used to.
Yeah.
And just trying to
100%
break out and see things in a different light.
And I'm getting doing different process basically to solving the issue. Hitting it head on, finding out like what is actually an issue, like what might upset her, what upsets me.
Yeah.
Like, but if an old Michael, I mean a younger Michael,
an older, technically younger,
a younger Michael, might have just just like
skidded past it and be like,
just try work around it and be awkward around it.
Yeah.
Like it's the elephant in the room.
It's so typical to just ignore it until it disappears and then act like nothing ever happened. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's that's I don't know if that's just a me thing, or is that like a yellow thing?
I definitely feel that within Asian people, because we just don't like to make a big deal of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just kind of like to say, okay, let's not make a big deal of it. I can manage it. She can manage it. They can manage it. We don't really need to confront it. We'll just ignore it and just work around it.
Yeah, man. I mean,
which probably isn't the healthiest way to approach issues.
It's not, man. It's not, because obviously over time, you know, it does eat away at you, man. Depending on what it is. You know, I don't have a specific example, but you know, if you keep trying to avoid things, eventually you're gonna hit, you know, a roadblock, man.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to confront it at some point, and whether you do it as and when each thing is happening, that might be easier to take on after like trying to save up a whole bank of issues and then just explode at one point.
I think what I find with Asians as well, they're just not really good at articulating how they feel.
100%. 100%, man.
It's so difficult.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a lot of, because we always run away from these issues. We're like, oh, why am I feeling this way? All right, let's just ignore it. Let's just sleep on it. And then tomorrow I won't feel this way.
Yeah, 100.
I don't think there's enough of like self-consciousness and be like, why am I feeling this way? Try and articulate it and try and like understand it and then express those feelings in a rational and calm way to someone you care about. I just don't think there's enough of that at all. Even this is just going past relationships as well. I just think this is something that Asian people should be trying to do more often anyway.
Yeah. Because even in the, you know, that could apply in the workplace.
Yeah.
You know, you're just a good Chinese little worker. You know, you just do your job, and like you try and like if something annoys you, you just kind of try to avoid it again. Like I've definitely done that in the workplace. Like, you just not say anything and just like carry about my day. Oh, it's not a big deal, man. Fuck it.
And you throw a little hump. You're like, inside. You're like burning. You're just like, that fucking arsehole. Why did he not do that?
You know what I mean? So maybe addressing the manner at work could be a better way to do it. But then again, man, all of these things, they take practice, man. You can't, because if you're not good at articulating, it just comes out shit. It just comes out like word vomit.
Yeah. I think what's so hard about it as well is because the whole language thing, it's like I can't really articulate. Even if I could even if I could understand my feelings and express them and articulate them, I still wouldn't be able to do it to my parents because I can't do it in Chinese. And they can't do it in English. So there's just a massive communication barrier. Like the simple basics you can do, like, oh, what do you want for dinner? Or I'm eating this, or I'm going out, or like, what time are you going to be home? All of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's all logistics.
Yeah.
We're good at the logistics.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But the moment you want to start talking about emotions, like it's like we don't have the vocabulary for it, fam.
Yeah.
Well, you legitly don't.
I think there's a struggle. There's definitely a struggle, especially with second generation immigrants. I wouldn't say that to every second generation immigrant, because I know
there's
some people are like super good at Cantonese, and you know they have like a really tight relationship with
their family,
their mums, and like
100%. I feel like there's definitely some around there who are much better at these things, but then they're a lot more involved in their lives as well. Their parents, you know, having a bit more say in their lives, because they, you know, I don't know if I like that. You know, that idea is quite daunting. If my mum was like proper in my life right now, like being involved in what we're doing right here.
Yeah.
Oh, son, you do podcast today? Okay. You make money? That's how it's going. That's gonna.
Yeah. Are you hungry? Did you eat before the podcast?
Actually, that wouldn't be too bad. But it's getting her to understand the idea of what this is.
Yeah.
And that is, again, on an emotional level. Like, we're doing this out of emotion, right? Like, because we have the fire to want to talk about and put these issues out there, or like, so that it's open for conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, if I tried to explain this to my mum, like, I don't even know if she was listening, would she understand?
Yeah.
What man's are really talking about?
And then when you try and explain the whole point of the podcast, you'd be kind of like.
Have you told your mum yet? Have you told your mum or dad that you're doing a podcast?
Of course not.
I
don't know how to say a podcast in Chinese. I'd be like, radio?
Radio law.
Radio when you can listen to it anytime.
My A-class Chinglish. Radio law.
Radio law. That's it, the law. And then they'll understand it straight away. Of course, I know exactly what you're talking about, Michael. Thank you for explaining that to me.
Familiar did it in the living room. And it's not.
Fam, you might as well play Pictionary. You might as well just draw it. They probably understand it better.
I mean, even if I showed her the videos on the YouTube, she'd be like, "What the fuck am I watching?
Why are you doing this?
Well, why are you just recording for an hour talking to Michael Lamb?
How much were those microphones?
Where'd you get that stuff?
Is it making any money?
I found it, Mum. I found it.
I found it boxed up in Amazon. I exchanged some credits for it, and then I just picked it up.
A weird man delivered it to my house. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, definitely. And bringing it back to the whole Asian relationships thing, yeah. I feel like our parents, definitely for a lot of us, a large majority, have had a kind of logistical upbringing. It's like our parents were making sure that we're fed and that we're going to school, so that we're learning. Everything was like logistical. And there was never a question asked. Just, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
How was school?
No, how was school? Kind of maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
I never got that once.
Yeah, but like, did you like kind of like the emotional feeling about what we were doing? You know what I mean? It was just more. Has it been done? Has this thing been done? Has this task been done?
Yeah.
So everything again, it was just taskmaster, man.
Yeah,
efficiency,
taskmaster, and just making sure that you were healthy. It was more.
Yeah.
Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Have you been toilet? Have you? How many hours did you sleep? What time did you wake up?
Have you done your homework?
Have you done your homework? All of those things just to make sure we were functioning properly.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, man, the rest of it, the emotional learning, I guess it's just from I learned a lot of it from conversations with my mates and understanding social dynamics at school, how, you know, social hierarchy is working. You know what I mean? This is the teacher, you got to pay respect to them. Yeah. But some kids are not following that rule. Why are they following that rule?
Yeah.
Is there? And it was just like, I was just connecting dots in my head while I was growing up. Yeah. And I really felt, and I didn't really talk to too many people about these kind of things, man. So I feel like, yeah, I kept a lot of emotional thought to myself. Yeah. And that definitely came across in relationships. Like, I never could really articulate, like, why I was pissed off about something. Like, why, like, I was just angry and then I humping it.
It's fucking hard, isn't it? It's hard. I don't think that this is strictly an Asian issue. I think this is across the board, but definitely like,
more prominent, I think, in Asian men.
Properly. Even, like, I'll know some grown-ass Asian men, and I'm like, you cannot talk about your feelings. Like, you legit don't know how you're feeling or why you're feeling this way. And I'm like, raw, man.
And yeah, man. I'm just trying to be a better human being to the world. But obviously, most importantly, to my girl. So it's understanding that, you know, we have to mishmash our cultures to kind of, you know, get along over certain things. Yeah. So, yeah.
We went wildly off topic.
Nah, well.
We were talking about relationships and then we just went.
Well, I think it ties in, innit?
It was definitely worth,
like riding that horse, man. Like riding the magic dragon and seeing where that went. Because it's a lot, man. And you're trying to think about why I'm doing something, right? And you're trying to be what's the word, man?
Self-conscious.
Self-reflective.
Self-reflective,
yeah. And I don't know, man. It helps you to become a calmer person. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to do. Because obviously there was a portion in my life, I just get ticked off about anything, man. I was quite the aggressor. Do you know what I mean? Like, but
yes, I do.
and you have to
stayed away from you for about 2 or 3 years.
You just and you know, I just didn't know why, and I don't know if I do know why. Obviously, I guess talking about what you're feeling helps you to understand, and it helps you to grow. Yeah. So yeah, Asian men, we should totally do that. I mean, is it the same for the girls though? Do girls talk to the other girls about their feelings?
I'm not sure.
Because I always feel like, you know, our parents were softer with girls. I mean, there's no girls in your family, but like, maybe
with Louise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but with Louise, no, she's just also it's everything's logistical. Yeah, everything's logistical.
I know.
But I don't know, man. Girly chats.
I know girls always talk about their feelings and their relationships and stuff like that, but I think it's difficult. Them trying to. I think same thing. I think it's difficult for them to articulate how they're feeling at that moment. And sometimes they're confused and they don't understand why, and they're just like going around. Like,
yeah, but then it also comes down to parenting, right? How old can you be, if you're, and you're you're the daughter and you're dating guys? Like, how old must you be? Like, you gotta be like around 18. I would say roughly. Asian parents, they probably say, okay, once you're 18,
yeah,
whatever. But if you're living under my roof, no.
Yeah.
So again, do they really talk about their feelings with boys? Maybe they're just talking about their feelings in general.
Yeah.
But if it's boys focal,
I don't think that's.
No.
I might be wrong. I don't know, but I don't think a lot of Asian girls talk about their relationships to their parents, because it's always they want to have this conservative attitude. Where they don't want their parents to know what they're getting up to, kind of thing. I might be way off, but that's just the sense I get.
Yeah. I guess I don't know enough.
Well, Katie said that she would only ever bring a guy home if she knew that was the one she was gonna marry.
Well, that's only one example.
But,
but it's one more example than we had.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I could totally see that happening, bro. Because I don't even think my little sister really talks about she's 20 something now, and she doesn't really talk about boys at all. Really, she does love to have a bit of banter though, and be like, "Oh, you see that guy? That's my boyfriend." And just to see her reaction in it.
Yeah. What to you guys?
Yeah, to like she'll post it in like a family chat.
Oh, right.
And see who pipes up in it.
Oh yeah,
kind of thing. But her mate,
fair play. That's actually hilarious.
Dickhead.
Hey, but she's just being like brash
banner.
with it, right? Like, oh, fuck it.
I mean, at this point, man, she's a full-grown adult, man.
Yeah.
Do her thing, man. Do her thing.
See, it doesn't make sense for you to feel this way because she's actually like, but she's your little sister, innit?
Yeah.
She's your little sister.
And I guess that, but that might just apply for boys in general, of any race.
Yeah.
That kind of protectiveness over a little protectiveness over your little sister. Okay, so what else was I gonna say about this Asian relationships? I had something in my head.
I was gonna say, so we were talking about how like mixed couples are a lot more prominent nowadays.
Yeah. So me, the guy you saw.
The guy I saw, a lot of friends that we know are now dating mixed people. My little brother is dating a mixed person. Well, I say is in a mixed relationship.
So are you saying mixed as in the person that they're dating is mixed?
No. As in them two together is a mixed relationship.
Interracial couple.
Yeah, interracial couple.
Interracial couple.
Yeah. So I feel like it's a lot more prominent. But it wasn't the case when we were growing up, was it?
No, but I think it was still like when we were growing up. It was still it was still early days from when racism is kind of slowly taking a lower prominence. Well, how can I say it? Because obviously in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s,
it would have been mad hard.
There was way more, and definitely in different places around the world. I can't imagine like what South Africa might have been like, but like fucking America itself. But obviously every country was slightly diff. But we were still early days, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel now where a lot of the older generation have died. So has a lot of the racism.
They're just not here anymore. You can't be racist anymore because you're 6 feet deep.
Because you're dead. And you know what I mean? It's like it's a slow erosion.
Yeah, it's slow erosion of those traditions, of those values.
Yeah, and the more we're seeing these mixed couples, a lot of that racism. What's going on with me today? Is dying. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's still about I know, but it's definitely a lot more acceptable. Like I can roll out, with my girl, and it's calm.
Yeah, it's calm. No one would bat an eyelid.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's blessed.
Just be natural.
My cousins have been dating white chicks for days.
But do you ever think if you see an Asian guy with, let's say, a white girl or a black girl, or someone who's not Asian, do you ever think, this is pretty cool? It's not something I'm quite used to yet. Or do you see that and you're like, normal? Do you know what I mean? Like the way you see like an Asian couple and you're like, normal. white couples and you see normal, or even like a black and white couple, you normal. Do you know what I mean?
I think because I've been dating my girl for
It's more normal
for a while.
It's just
it's normal. Yeah, it's normal for me. But I can understand that, someone who's not and seeing it more often, will now be like, oh, sick. Okay, it's calm now.
Yeah,
like it's getting to that level. But for me, I've always tried to be like, man, I don't care.
Yeah,
like let me just be happy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not think about what other people are thinking.
I think it's because I was such in an Asian clique growing up.
We were
proper Asian cliques, and then whenever we saw something that didn't represent that Asian clique, we were like, because for the last few years, I've always, whenever I saw like a white guy or like a mixed Asian couple, I'd be like, cool, nice.
Yeah, I'd be like, good on you.
Yeah,
nice.
But now but that made me think, I'm like, why do I think that's so special? I'm like, it's pretty fucking normal.
Yeah, like why am I thinking that's nice? It should just be cash now, innit?
Yeah.
Bro, it's definitely down to the fact that it wasn't such a. It could have been like that thing inside us where it's just like, oh, we're not really seen as attractive.
Yeah.
To other races.
Yeah.
So that's why when we see another person, we're like, oh, sick. I can relate to that. Imagine that was me dating this mixed race girls, because it could now, because my man pretty much looks like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, hey, I don't have to. I can go out and go out with anyone who I want.
Oh yeah. 100%. And for growing up, I was like, I was thinking, a girl from another race would never date me. Like, I honestly had that thought.
That's crazy.
I honestly had,
That's crazy.
And I would only, go for Asian girls because I thought, they're the only ones who are gonna find me attractive.
Yeah. And it was always the safe option to be with like an Asian girl.
Yeah.
Just because there's so many different. For one thing, like they're the same color as you, so that whole issue with racism, those stereotypes, you share that.
Yeah. So
there's none of that fear that she thinks this about me, she thinks that about me.
You're just seen as a person.
Exactly. And then it's also trying to involve them into your family is a lot easier as well, because they'd understand the same cultures, the same backgrounds. So that became a really safer option.
100, man.
So,
but growing up though, 100%, I remember, because it did hurt my soul a bit. Like I remember hearing from a lot of different, girl mates growing up, like or like secondary school mates, and they would always say, they explicitly say, I would never date a Chinese person.
Yeah.
Like you've heard that phrase, right? I would never date a Chinese person.
Yeah.
Why is it always Chinese? It's like, I would never date a Japanese person. It was always, I would never date a Chinese.
Yeah, but that's just because they just bucketed Chinese people as Asian people. Even if it was a Japanese person, they'd still meant that Japanese person, but they're just saying Chinese, innit?
That's it, bro.
Yeah, but it hurt to hear that.
It hurt my soul, man. That's why I remember.
Yeah.
Like, it was a common phrase. Like, people would say, and obviously, I was just projecting my own insecurities by then just going out with Asian girls.
Trust me.
Because I'll be like, okay, so, there's no girls out there. But I was limiting myself, man. You know what I mean? Because, I've found pretty much the love of my life. And she ain't yellow.
Yeah.
She ain't yellow.
Yeah, it's mad.
So that's crazy. And man, but again, when you're growing up, man, you're in such a tiny world. Because you don't really go anywhere. You just go school and you go home. You go school, you go home. And so the city that you live in really is just revolving around your school, because that's where you are most of the time.
Yeah. School
and
and home, that's it.
That's the idea you have of the world.
Yeah.
For the most part. But and again, the internet wasn't such a big thing for us back then.
Nah.
So, that was how it is. Obviously now kids can watch anything from all over the world.
Yeah.
So that might not be, and again, that could be attributing to why there's less of the racism, we're becoming more attractive.
Yeah, it's becoming a more global society.
Yeah.
With the internet.
Yeah,
definitely, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, man. Oh, fucking hell. He's so literate. Fucking hell. He can articulate. Special.
It's because you put the ideas in my head. You fed me the idea.
You're just an idea refining machine.
Yeah. But I think it's
a good time for us.
But I think it's what you said about you'd always used to hear that I would never date an Asian guy. I'd never date a Chinese guy.
Yep.
Maybe that's so. Now when I actually see it, I'm like, fucking hell, yeah. You will date an Asian guy. There is an Asian guy. But that's not to. I'm not trying to discredit anyone that's just strictly Asian couple. I'm a strictly Asian couple, but I just think it's nice to see that where Asian men used to be seen as so unattractive and so like they were the bottom rung. Now it's like, actually, do you know what? There are actually Asian men dating other races.
100%.
I'm like, fucking yes.
Yeah, but because it was always it was always easier for Asian girls.
Yeah.
Asian girls, 100%. It was always easier.
Yeah, well, they just got. Well, you got the guys with the fetish, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yellow fever,
and obviously that's not a better thing. But hey, at least because growing up we would always see an Asian girl with another race.
Yeah.
But it was never. We rarely saw the other way around where it was an Asian man with another race. So we definitely built that idea in our heads. That it was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, good on you, bro.
Yeah.
We're doing it out here.
Yeah.
We're doing it out here.
Like a domino effect. You see one, you're like, actually, do you know what? That could be me. And then boom, boom, boom. But at the same time, I like nothing wrong with Asian couples as well. Like
100%. Oh yeah,
fucking,
Long live China.
Yeah. For sure. And then
some people still go that way, man. You know
it's kind of weird that we're saying this, trying to date other races, like it's like a prestige thing, when it really shouldn't be, because really you can just date whoever you want and it not having to be seen as levels. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it should all be seen as equal.
Well, that's how we used to think of it. And
now
I'm only just getting to the point where it's like it's cash. Like
it's
anybody can date anybody.
Yo,
right?
yeah.
You can find love anywhere.
Yeah.
And these days it's harder and harder to find love in a face-to-face situation when you're just going about your life. Everything's like online now, so you can fabricate anything.
I'm 6'1".
You know what I mean? Catfish. Catfish. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
fucking.
Well, the truth will come out eventually when you meet face to face. But
yeah, but you know what I mean. Just go for anybody, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll just all be brown, tan colored and
brown with like green eyes.
Yeah. I would love to have green eyes. I'd fucking love to. I don't know if it would suit me. I'd love to have green eyes.
I kind of like my brown eyes.
I mean, I have been told by my missus she loves my eyes, but I've always wanted green eyes. I just felt like I wanted the light to hit it.
Yeah.
Just a different way.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because sometimes if I'm not in good lighting, I look like I just got two big black pools of darkness where my eyes should be.
Just beady.
and then half the time, like fucking, people were just saying, Mike, are your eyes open? I'm just fucking tired.
No, they're actually not. I'm sleeping. For fuck's sake, you woke me up.
I'm not gonna lie though. I am one of the people who has pretty small fucking slits for eyes. I can open them wider, but it just hurts when the sun hits it sometimes, man.
Yeah, and you're just like...
You just have to squint. I don't want my eyeballs...
Everybody squints when the sun's in their eyes, like...
But I just feel like, white people can open their eyes bigger. And there's some... what other Asian race has big eyes? Do Vietnamese people have bigger eyes than us? I don't know, man. You're just letting more dust in your eye. Get that eye fungus. What's that? What happens when you get pink eye?
You need to be more slit-eyed. It protects them.
That's it, man. My eyelashes, they're stopping this dust and bacteria.
Extra protected.
That's what I'm saying. Fucking upside. What? That's what I'm saying.
I actually don't have slit eyes. My eyes are pretty normal.
Yeah, but you always on this show look like you're tired as fuck.
Because I am tired as fuck.
You always, your eyes are always slit with you.
I'm exhausted.
Fucking get some normal rest, man. So this is a new segment, which I think we're gonna be calling Asian Pride. Asian Pride?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Asian Pride.
Asian Pride. Boom. So where we are going to be just giving you guys a breakdown, a description, a little story or anything about somebody who's done some great things for yellow people.
Yeah, in the community who you probably don't know of but should probably get more recognition than they currently have.
That's it. So who do we have today?
So today we got this...
Schoolman.
He's a cinematographer.
Oh.
And his name is James Ho Wang. So
Chinese.
He was born in 1899, so long time ago, and he was one of the foremost
That's more than a century.
Yeah. Like long time ago.
Fucking hell.
So you can imagine the sort of racism that was going on back then.
Yeah, boy, they would the C word flying left, right, and center.
Exactly. But he made his way up to be one of the best cinematographers. Even to this day, he's regarded as one of the best cinematographers in black and white. And he just really doesn't have the recognition that he deserves. Because you're thinking like an Asian guy back in like the early 1900s.
He's definitely making the footpath for other Asians.
Yeah, he was one of the pioneers
in Hollywood.
Mate. Yeah,
cinematography.
He made it right to the top. Like, he works with some of the biggest Hollywood stars. Whenever there was like a massive movie, he was one of the first names you wanted, because he was just really the best in the field. His films won like 2 Oscars. Like, he directed a few films.
Chinaman with Oscars.
Yeah, the guy was absolutely lit. It was crazy. Obviously, even with all that success, he didn't have the smoothest ride.
He was put on a grey list.
A grey list, which I don't even know what that is. Like,
it's not good enough to be blacklist, but it's grey list.
But he's not good enough to be whitelisted either.
Yeah, so it's just they hated him probably. Yeah. They were just like, who's this fucking Chinaman? Why are you here?
You're too successful.
Why are you so fucking amazing?
You're too successful. We have to
not give
just
you the
discriminate
jobs.
You slightly.
Yeah,
you're grey listed.
So yeah, man, go search James Ho Wang.
That's it. That's his name.
James Ho Wang.
I think
I've learned something
it might
new
be
today.
The other way around. Let me double
Is it
check.
James Wang Ho? Wang Ho James.
James Wong Ho.
James Wong Ho.
James Wong Ho. So
what would his Chinese name be?
His name was actually James Wong, but they made it to be James Ho for ages until the 1930s.
Fuck.
And then he did something was like, no, I want it to be James Wong Ho. So they wouldn't even recognize his Chinese surname.
Fucking hell.
For the most part of his career.
Yeah, but isn't Ho a Chinese?
I don't know. I think it's quite English. Like Eddie Ho, he's a football manager. He's English.
Yeah, but then there's.
It was spelled Howe.
Isn't that how?
Well, with the E. Well, yeah, maybe however you want to. Tomato. Like, fucking hell.
So his name is James Wong How.
Yeah.
James Wong How. Wow,
however you want to present.
We almost got this wrong. Possibly. Don't know. Depending how you take the English language.
You can James Wong and then however you want to
HOWE.
Exactly. He was just doing bits. And if it wasn't for him, he really carved the way for us in Hollywood. So massive props to him.
Massive props to James. Pew pew pew. That's James is such a white name as well.
Yeah, it is.
Well, what was his Chinese name? I wonder.
Well, it just says James.
Imagine his Chinese name is Wong Ho.
James Wong.
Wong Ho. Ho. Jam. I can't think of a word that sounds like James in Cantonese. They might do that. Anyway, that's it for Asian Pride.
We hope you enjoyed that segment. If you guys have any other guys or people that you know that did massive things for the Asian community, please just let us know, message us, DM us.
Yeah.
And we'll get it up on the show.
We're just 2 guys, man. We can't do all the research. Yeah. We could utilize the Chinese army / Vietnamese / Japanese / Korean / Nepalese.
All of them.
All of the East Asians.
And we just love to hear from you as well.
Yeah. Or even if you're not, you're a white guy who's very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Tell us. School us.
Exactly. We're not
school us.
Here to discriminate.
I'm happy to learn. Today is learning. Today I'm learning. How am I learning so much? Thank you, Michael Ram.
It's okay. I'm here to educate.
So that's it for today's episode. Thank you for listening once again. If this is the first time you're listening, thank you for first listening. Hopefully
hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed losing your virginity. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for staying with the podcast, and make sure you are commenting, subscribing, share it with your brethrens, and if
like
you
it, 5-star us.
Yeah, all of that palaver. iTunes is super important. Let's see if we can jump up there, up in the Asian category.
Podcast.
Asian podcasts, and get up there and be more well known around the world. And and we can talk about more things.
Exactly. We
and
just
break down barriers.
We just want to get out there to more people, get them to listen more.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I was really excited. I'm really, really excited today, Lam. We're gonna, because I am actually headed off to Morocco next week.
Yeah.
Next week. So our filming schedule's all over the recording schedule's all over the shop. Hopefully we can get another episode out all on time. We want
Yeah, we wanna be releasing this every week.
Yeah, but there's a lot going on in our lives. Yeah. And if not, we'll do a special 2-hour episode.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can listen to us for that long.
Possibly.
If you listen to on 2 times speed, that's only 1 hour.
Good tip.
Maths.
Good tip for listening to
Chinese
podcasts.
maths, mother bitch.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you again for listening. We talked about a lot of relationship stuff today. Asian men looking a bit more sexy these days. Hopefully we won't be effeminate. We will be manly. If maybe effeminate Asian men is what girls are into now. Maybe that's what's popping. Because K-pop, that pushed effeminate men. I didn't really talk about that. I should have talked about that. But hey,
we've got episodes.
We're gonna have a guest next week. Next week, I think we're gonna release the one next week with.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even gonna say the name.
Yeah.
Surprise.
We've got guests coming on.
Surprise.
We've got loads of things
it's a big
happening.
one. I'm excited about this guest.
Yeah. We've got loads of things happening.
Woo-hoo.
It's exciting times.
It's very good, exciting times. Okay, this is me. I'm Michael Trong.
I'm Michael Lam.
He almost forgot his name.
I thought you were gonna plug in your Insta.
This is Respect the Mic. Yes, you can find me on Michael H. Trong.
You can find me at Hung Mike Lam on Instagram, and on Twitter you can find me on _Familam.
That's right. I'm the same on Twitter. Or if you want to hit us up on Instagram as well on Respect the Mic Pod.
Yeah, we've got our own channel.
Respect the Mic Pod. We are posting stuff up there as well, special content that you won't see on our own individual pages.
Exactly.
And maybe you just want to leave a comment. Maybe you just want to hit us up and tell us something. Tell us how amazing and handsome Lam is. Please do. Leave a comment. We just want to interact with you, everybody. And if you're not East Asian, then just leave us a flag. Tell us where you're from and why you're listening. Because we want to know why. We're all one peoples. We are one peoples. Okay. That's Respect the Mic podcast, mother bitch.
Peace.